Let's get started with this weekly analysis this week. The two pairs that I'm going to be focusing on is NAS100 as well as GBP USD. That is the Great British Pound over the US dollar. The very first thing is checking the news. This should be the very first thing you're doing every day before you trade, as well as looking at your weekly analysis. So let's go ahead and scroll through and see what's popping this week. All right, so on the monthly, it seems like price is trying to break this most recent high over here, which it is coming very close. So that's just something to take note of, and keep an eye out for just for the higher time frame. As you remember, the higher the time frame, the bigger the picture. So it's very important to just remember and keep track of where price currently is. With that being said, personally, I'm not going to mark too far up, but I will mark the next key zones, as well as the next key levels. Even though this right here is not a complete double top or double bottom, I still highlight these zones because it's still indicating I still have that fair value gap as well as that bottom forming. So it gives me an indication that regardless that area is going to show some form of rejection in some way, shape, or form, especially when we extend this back and we see in the past that there has been rejection in this area. Sorry. Alright, so now we are on our weekly time frame. As I said, this is what's currently going on. So if we see a break here, really if we see a break on this key level, if we really get a break on this key level, this black line, then we know we are for sure continuing in an uptrend. Because as you can see, it is already formed an uptrend. How do I know this? Because there has been a connection of 2 points of higher lows being formed. So this is on our weekly. Alright, so we have already seen that we are currently in an uptrend. Where'd it go? Sorry guys, technical difficulties at the moment. Okay. That was gonna bother me. Okay. So we already see that we are in an uptrend. So now let's see our price points. I love when my fib tool aligns this way. As you can see, there is already a key level here. So what I'm going to do, this just gives me double confirmation that this is going to be a important price point. That price is for sure going to come to this level. So I love seeing when my key levels line up with my fib tool, whether it be an entry or my take profit levels. So here we have, so now I'm pulling out my ABC tool. If you guys would love to have a video explaining how this works, please let me know in the comments, but it has changed the game for me, and ever since I had my aha moment, this has been a tool that I have found very helpful, and it just helps me be able to track where the retraces are going to occur. So in this case, we see that price when it comes back down, which where letter C is. So what this means is that price, so we are going to look for buy positions, but once price begins to come back around this level of 1.33432, then we know that we could start looking for sell positions, and then it will continue in that uptrend. So basically what you see here with this tool is basically forming that higher high, higher low, showing you where it's going to pull back and then take off. So this pretty much wraps up GU for the week. Uptrend, we're looking for buys above 1.33780. Here for NAS100, we're going to do the same exact thing starting with the monthly time frame, and I'm going to go ahead and mark up my key levels and key zones. Next, I'm just going to see what the trend is currently doing. So I'm going to do this by using my trend line, starting at the bottom and extending my way up. At first glance, I definitely seen that there was higher highs being formed. So it was pretty obvious that we were in an uptrend, but just to have that extra confirmation and to be safe for what we're looking at for the week, I am going to use my extra trend lines just to confirm the price being in an uptrend. And what I formed here is something called the pennant flag. Yeah, the pennant flag. And that really just helps with basically using your support and resistance trend lines and just seeing whether price is going to break that structure or not. So this just confirms it for me. To each his own, but this helps me. Here, a double top has formed, so we're going to see whether it continues to push up or it pushes down. But for the most part, we also see previously that it is a key level, and there was past rejection there as well. So we're going to go ahead and mark this up because this is telling me it's a crucial zone that we got to look out for.
So we're in an uptrend for NAS100 as well. We are looking for buys above 20,314.09. And we're going to expect a pullback around 20,188.82 area. So now we know once price gets into that zone, we know that we should be looking for sell positions and just expecting that slight pullback before it continues up in the uptrend. And the very last thing, please be sure to be on the lookout for news. Always take news into consideration when you're doing your weekly analysis. So we have both of our peers here on the uptrend. Please be sure to like and subscribe this video. Happy trading, and until next week.